Last week on Scream Test, Studley Park scared the wits out of 4 brave contestants.
Noise in this room.
My feet are tingling.
One of Australia's most haunted houses, locals believe Studley Park is cursed by the troubled spirits of people who died here. Studley Park has been abandoned for the last 10 years, at least by the living. Natalie broke all the rules and then met a man in the dark.
God, what are you doing standing there?
This spooked her so much, she had to go home to Mum.
I have to let you go because this is no good.
3 remained. Sailor Sam had more than his fair share of scares.
Oh, this room just got the worst vibes.
Until he got unexpected help.
I've got only ears in this room now. My dead father, rest in peace, is here with me, helping me.
Christy had a really rough night.
Feels like you have a spider on your back. That's the feeling I've got right now. I hate spiders.
She thought the ghost in the bell tower was hanging around until our psychic Max sent him packing.
And now the gentleman is just moving through now.
And the laid-back Patrick had a hat-trick of ghostly encounters.
Well, I officially just freaked myself out.
Okay, that was freaky.
My lantern just went...
Good boy.
It feels like something's here.
Only one can win the Studley Park Scream Test and go to the grand final. But who? Then, Scream Test number 3 at Parramatta Orphanage, where we meet 4 new volunteers.
I can feel ghosts.
She's just about at threshold in the system.
That thing's definitely moving.
You go. But you're not gonna beat me.
I don't know what that was.
Sam ran out of time in the tower and only had a quick look at the historical articles which concealed the password to the second challenge. The password gives access to a computer recreation of the General's room in 1942, when a young soldier died in an explosives accident. The challenge is to find out where in Studley Park the explosion happened. Christy didn't work it out, but Patrick made a lucky guess that it was in the dam. If Sam can't access the computer, he won't make it to the grand final.
I'm now here in front of this computer trying to think of what I read, but my mind is now a complete blank. Complete blank.
I just wish something would come out and go boom.
Patrick's lost a few points during the night, but successfully completed both challenges.
Gotta use your noggin.
He started off a skeptic, but he's done a 180 and could be in for a lively time in the cellar, thought to be haunted by the spirit of a schoolboy who drowned on the property.
Oh, man.
Pat's task is to record any unusual sounds. His heart rate will be monitored from our control van.
I'm not saying that you totally switched me over to being a true believer or anything like that, but...
Now he's more receptive to the paranormal. Let's see how he handles it when the crew blows in some cold air.
That was, gave me a bit of a heart rush, that's for sure. A wind blew on the back of my neck. It scared the living hell out of me. I don't know whether it was just, I don't know what the bloody hell it was, but there's no windows or anything down here, I don't think. So I'm going to have a bit of a listen and a look around in here, and I'll chat back with you in a sec.
Christy must complete her time in the theatre to have a chance of going through to the grand final. She's been seriously stressed all night, and our psychics are keeping a close watch on her.
Now, what's happening with our little girl? I'm a bit worried about her.
A horrible feeling to blow off, like it's... honestly feel like somebody's just constantly touching me or next to me. Breeze up my back. Okay.
Max is on hand to calm her nerves.
Hello.
I'm alright. Pretty shaky.
Yeah.
And still crying a little bit.
Yeah.
But otherwise I'm feeling a little bit, it's actually a little bit more calmer.
So are you okay to continue?
Yeah, I should be fine.
Okay.
Definitely. Thanks a lot.
Cheers.
I think I'll just wait for him to come back up here. Give me the password because I've got no idea.
You would have to be here to believe what I just heard. I was moving the microphone around, you know, listening for sounds and stuff like that, and I heard the people upstairs, I think, talking, and then I just had the microphone in one corner of the room, and I heard a baby crying 3 times, and it was like clear as day. But it's sort of echoey, do you know what I mean? Like it was in a church or something like that. Oh, goosebumps, man. Oh, that freaked me. I think that scared me a bit.
Whatever Pat's heard is nothing to do with us.
I think I'm ready to move out of this room. I think I am. So if anyone can hear me, I'm ready to go.
Patrick's shook up, and upstairs, Christy's wrestling with her own demons.
I've never had this before in my whole entire life. Never done anything like this. I'm not like a person who can go, ooh, I feel like a psychic, I can feel ghosts. But I tell you right now, it's not the nicest feeling in the world.
I just all of a sudden remembered some polo just came in my head. Someone's definitely here helping me. Definitely helping me.
Whether he got ghostly help or not, he's got the password Polo.
Okay, I've got to stage 3. And I've got to, now back in the present, find your compass and pick up the map from the desk.
Once he's into the computer, Sam handles the rest of the challenge easily.
This together with your compass reading will help you determine where the beacon's situated or easily indicate the location of the fatal accident.
He's done the Navy proud. Now all that remains for our contestants is to complete their memory tests and for our judges to tally their points and assess their video diaries.
So, out of the 3 of you, we have one winner who will go on to the grand final, and that is you, Sam.
Oh, God.
Do you think you're ready to take it on?
Yeah.
Yeah? Bring it on.
Now it's time to kiss goodbye the curse of Studley Park. Next,
Who will survive the night of the Parramatta Orphanage screen test?
Just discovered how much I dislike being by myself, especially when I'm not alone.
where we strap in 4 new participants
I'm just trying to think of happy thoughts.
for the ride of their lives.
Well, that absolutely scared the shit out of me.
To those that believe, Parramatta Orphanage is one of Australia's most haunted locations. There are many eyewitness accounts of disturbed and troubled spirits which inhabit this place.
Our psychics have reported strong feelings of pain and unhappiness here.
It's like when people are really needy and they come towards the light, so they're coming like this towards us, towards the light.
This energy in here certainly doesn't protect. It terrorises.
Our contestants are arriving to confront the unknown.
I definitely think there's something more to this universe than just us humans. There's something else occupying the space as well. They're not buying property, but they're there.
My name's Tamara Zaborjalova. I thought it was very normal when I was growing up to be psychic until I hit school and realised, oh, not everyone's like me.
My name's Tracy Cobb. I lived in a boarding house that was, haunted and that for a few years and could never really get any hard evidence on it. So hopefully I'll be able to figure out something to find out, if it is just coincidence or if there are situations out there that are real.
My name's Darren James. I'm doing this for several reasons. One, obviously, because I have a fear of the dark and I'd like to overcome that. Number two is that I believe in ghosts. And number three is I'm related to Mary Shelley, who wrote Frankenstein.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Parramatta Orphanage. Well, if you'd just like to follow me. The contestants will now be stripped of their watches and mobile phones, so they have no reference to the outside world. In a moment, you're going to be issued with a kit. Now, this kit will contain a digital video camera, a laser-sighted non-contact thermometer, an electromagnetic radiation tester, a compass and a logbook. You're going to use your video cameras to record your video diaries, and we want to hear about your thoughts and your impressions of that room. If you'd like to take a little look at Parramatta Orphanage.
Built in convict times, this was a terrifying place for young children to be sent. More like a prison than a home, small girls were shaved, shackled, and locked in solitary confinement. Under the formidable matron Martha Betts, daughter of the flogging parson Samuel Marsden, children were subjected to a harsh regime of religion, work, and school. Betts made sure any child caught misbehaving was severely punished. Many children died from the diseases which ran rampant in the squalid conditions. Pauline Manley spent 3 months rehearsing here for a play. This is the first time she has dared to come back.
Spending 3 months in this place, we got to know it pretty well. Working here, we just all got this really palpable sense of sadness. It was like the walls were toxic. It was like all the sadness and pain that had gone on here was still here.
This place became an insane asylum in 1888, and patients suffered even more, with sedation, restraint, and shock treatment, until it was finally closed 20 years ago. As he walks around, our psychic, Max Wright, tunes in to spirits of the unhappy souls who died here.
What I can feel is major distress. Up here there's a very shallow energy of breath, which is even up to here. The shallow energy of breath is also accompanied by a wheezing type of feeling. Just want to let go of a whole lot and really, maybe literally expire. It's just a deathly sort of a feeling.
They'll each spend time in the 5 most haunted rooms in this building and complete a number of tasks and challenges. So I wish you the best of luck, and may courage and attentiveness be your constant companions. To heighten the contestants' imaginations, we'll play a number of special effects during the night. It's up to them to decide what is real or paranormal.
There must be something, but I'm not saying that it's this or that. There probably is something out there, there's got to be.
We're going to rig you up into a cardiac monitor so that we can read your heart rate.
Tracy's about to be locked in the cell. She's hooked up to a heart monitor, so her progress can be tracked by our nurse in the control van.
It's freezing.
During her time here, she must record temperature changes and measure the electromagnetic field. First, though, Tracy needs to learn the history of the cell.
It has taken Pauline Manley all her courage to return to the cell, the room that terrified her and her friends.
This is the room that we're only supposed to be in for 20 seconds. Then the door slammed and there was 20 of us trapped. Security guards' flashlight went out and we were left in total darkness. Even though we knew the room really well, we all just started to panic.
It's thought that this cell is where Eliza Patfield was punished.
Wicked girl like that.
Eliza was caught stealing in front of the whole school, Her hair was cut off. She was dressed in prison clothing and a wooden collar, then thrown in these cells for solitary confinement. No one knows what happened to poor Eliza, but psychics say that her pain lives on in this room.
If that little girl's spirit is here, I'm trying to think. Okay, if I'm in a room with a ghost, I'd like to know what kind of ghost it is. And from her story, she's going to be pretty sad, sort of a thing. But sad I can deal with. I just don't want to be around if she's angry.
Tracy takes some temperature readings. Experts in the paranormal reckon that cold spots indicate spirits.
It's 16 degrees, 17. Note the temperature under the... Okay. Did you see that? Kid? I'm not here to hurt you. That's for sure.
The crew have made the ball roll using a powerful magnet.
See that red ball? That's what's moving. So I'm gathering that she knows I'm here.
Tracy assumes Eliza is playing with her.
Oh, there's a light. Look, kid, this light is good for you too, right? Must have been cold and dark in here, so...
What's the heart rate, Em? 143.
I'm shaking. Uh-oh. There's a whole electric thing going on here. I don't think she likes me over near her. That thing is definitely moving. I guess. Just discovered how much I dislike being by myself. Especially when I'm not alone.
Next, Darren sees red.
It was like a red, sort of like a cloud.
Tamar tunes in.
Straight jacket, singing to myself.
And Tracy takes off.
Shit!
Darren's about to spend his time in the day room.
I have had experience with the paranormal. I worked in an old meatworks factory which was turned into a nightclub, and basically I've had a spirit jump right through me.
He'll be left in the dark with a strobe light flashing to unsettle him. His task is to record any unusual sounds. Our crew leaves Darren alone to find out about the day room.
Of all the rooms in the orphanage, this was the most feared.
I passed through the area, particularly into this room. There's a weakness in the legs. It's a feeling of being punished. The legs start to get weak and quivery, and it's an anticipation of something. In fact, what I'm actually getting is there's a particular individual who is feared.
Max knew nothing of the history of this room at the time, but has clearly picked up on the terror created by the brutal James Best. Best was notorious for the severe beatings he dealt out, often leaving children bruised and bleeding. During his time, runaways reached record numbers until he was finally dismissed and disgraced. It seems, though, that the suffering of the children he punished lives on.
$18 degrees, 0.5. Let's have a look over at the... Oh, interesting. It's actually half a degree warmer over by the wall than what it is over by that wall.
I'm waiting for something to happen, but I don't know what's going to happen. I've already got these feelings and just cold and hot flushes, so you never know, I might see a ghost before the night's out.
Tamar will need to be strong in the treatment room.
Very interesting place. There could be a lot of sort of emotions and energy floating around here that, yeah, you could get in touch with. I believe there's something out there besides us, definitely.
Like the patients who were kept here, she'll be restrained in a straitjacket. Our producer starts the tape, then leaves her to watch alone.
This was a treatment room when the building reopened in 1888 as an insane asylum, the cruelest period in its history. Patients were shackled, sedated, isolated, subjected to forced purging and shock treatment, and in many cases lived out the rest of their lives in these inhuman conditions. It only closed as a psychiatric hospital 20 years ago, but it seems many troubled souls remain.
It's not doing a whole lot of... It's not giving me energy, it's not... It just feels like a room. It's not frightening, it's not scaring me, I don't feel intimidated too much.
Tamar seems calm enough for now, but as we'll see later, it's just bravado.
I wonder if tonight's going to be a lot of waiting around, sitting in places, see what happens. Kind of like the social life, isn't it? Sitting around, see what happens.
Plenty's happening for Tracy back in the cell.
I have to write. Oh, shit!
Again, I'm being chased by an overgrown cat's toy.
Steve is about to take on the first challenge in the infirmary.
The reason why I want to do this is to push the boundaries of my fear, so I know, how far I can go. I think I'll be able to cope being in a haunted house by myself.
We'll see how he copes later. Before he starts, he'll need to know about the room.
Disease spread rapidly through this place, killing many children in a series of epidemics. Most died a miserable death here in the infirmary of incurable diseases like scarlet fever and the itch. Historian Judith Dunn has taken many tours around this building, where people have seen and heard strange phenomena.
I've heard whispering noises in this room, and some people have actually heard the children crying.
It's a chilling thought that children seem to still be suffering here.
Found envelope 2.
In this room, contestants must open an envelope and read the nursery rhyme.
Boys and girls love to play, laughing and singing their joys. Lots of sickly children here, unable to play with their...
The missing word toys is the clue to finding the next part of the challenge. So far, Steve is calm and methodical as he searches for the next clue. Hidden in a toy box is a jigsaw puzzle of a ballerina. Steve's had a good crack at it, but needs to turn the puzzle over to find the password to the next room. Back in the day room, we've stopped playing sounds to Darren. His imagination does the rest. We have no idea what he's seeing.
I don't know if it's me or not, but I just thought I saw red, sort of like a cloud. It feels like someone's just walked over my grave. It's unbelievable. I can feel it. I know there's someone in this room. I can feel it.
In the treatment room, Tamar seems to be in denial. She's found a weird way of dealing with her fear.
Video is off. Video is on. I'm sitting here in a straitjacket, singing to myself. I'm not bothered by it. Having a normal reaction.
Well, there is no real normal reaction, though.
Darren's seen a red cloud in the day room.
Funny smell.
Now he's about to spend time in the cell where Tracy thought she was playing with the ghost of little Eliza Patfield. We'll be keeping an eye on his heart rate to see how he copes.
I think that little girl likes me, actually, because, You know, she's been quite good to me at the moment.
I bet any money this is what she went through. She'd get in a corner, I can feel it, she'd get in a corner and
she'd shiver for hours. And shiver and shiver. Oh. Yeah, they used to get locked up with these things.
Oh shit! Whoa!
Those balls just moved. And see, they don't move on their own, so she's in here with me. She's in here with me.
Tamar sang through her time in the treatment room. Let's see how she does in the day room, where children were once beaten. Remember, Tamar believes she's psychic and now seems to be tuning in to the children's fear as they waited to be punished.
Feel neglected. Feeling alone. So much around that feels muddled energy. It feels a bit confused. Obviously, these people didn't know why they were here, knew that they didn't want to be here, wanted to leave, and feeling that a bit myself.
Tracy is about to face the first challenge in the infirmary, where Steve failed to get the password. Tracy's on edge after the ball game in the cell. Our glass bottle effect won't help her concentration.
Whoa. More sounds. Okay. Been through this before. There are a lot of kids in here. It's kids as young as that die in pain and don't understand why. Yeah, one would think they'd be pretty angry.
She needs to find the jigsaw and clue in the toy box.
I think I might be onto something here. Nope.
Close, but no jigsaw.
You hear all the rumours and the stories, it's time to put it to rest and, check it out myself.
Steve must complete the second challenge in the matron's room, a computer recreation of how it looked in Victorian times when a young girl called Rebecca Matthews was here. The challenge is to find the mystery disease that Rebecca Matthews died from. The contestants must search the virtual room to locate 3 folders of doctor's reports in the real room. This should help them work out that Rebecca Matthews died from erysipelas. But Steve failed to turn over the jigsaw puzzle of the ballerina, so he doesn't know the password into the program is slavery. Because he can't enter the computer, Steve senses more from this room than the others.
A bit more freaky than the other one. There's a bit more rattling and creaks and doors slamming and stuff like that. There's a bit of a weird feeling in the stomach when you go over to my right behind me. I walked over there and it seemed the temperature was like a bit cooler in the pit of my stomach. I could feel something, just like one of my kidneys moved or something like that. I could feel sort of like something there. When I went back a second time, the temperature changed again, so it went to 14 and then it went to about 18 or 20 the next time I checked there. So definitely some sort of weird vibe in this room. So yeah, it's interesting.
There are no special effects in this room. Steve will get no points for the second challenge. He'll need a miracle to make it to the final now. Let's catch up with Darren and the magic ball in the cell.
Pretty, freaky room.
Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh, do you want to play ball? She wants to play ball with me. Okay, come on.
Tracy's not finding the challenge easy.
Found some sort of a jigsaw puzzle in the box. See? Ooh. See?
Finding the password is one thing, but she'll need to remember it when she needs it.
And it's got that written on the back.
Feel I need a friend to be with me. Feeling alone, feeling cold, feeling very, very strange. Not wanting to be here at the moment.
In the day room, we're making a rocking horse rock. Tamar's in complete denial.
The horse is going, she's not seeing it. What she's doing is she's isolating herself up in her own little bubble.
Like being on a beach somewhere, sipping a pina colada, being anywhere but here.
Tamar's behaviour is troubling our psychics. Ruth wants to talk to her.
Well, some of the things that you've been exhibiting on the tape are very much like the characteristics of the children that would have been in here. You've isolated yourself in your little world and put a little bubble around yourself as a protection. And it's almost like you've been mimicking a lot of the behavioural patterns that would have happened in this area.
Steve's failed both challenges and felt his kidneys move. The straitjacket should solve that problem, as he's strapped in for his time in the treatment room.
Yeah, pretty good. Pretty freaky in here. Uncomfortable.
First, though, our producer sets the scene for him by starting the briefing tape.
It's long been thought that animals can sense the presence of ghosts. A few years ago, squatters lived in parts of this building. Security guards came with their dogs to clear them out. But when the dogs came to this staircase, they stopped, hunching down and whimpering, refusing to go any further. Max had a sense of why.
This is even more unpleasant in here. This is extremely upsetting for whoever came into this room. If I allow this completely to overtake me, I really would be on the floor. It's very, very severe. And
Steve doesn't seem like the type to try to ignore any of our special effects.
Just felt like a breeze on my face and like a pain tool, like this room was inflicting pain on people. People that didn't deserve it. People that were okay but were being brutalised for no reason. Feel a bit of a breeze like coming through the door, which is making it kind of hard to talk. It's hitting me in the face, and yeah, I'm not sure what it is, if it's just a breeze or if it's energy. Scared the shit out of me. What's that? Oh, that's not good. That freaked the shit out of me, whatever that was.
Tamar's about to spend her time in the cell where the rolling ball had Tracy and Darren really freaked. Her heart reading should give us the full story. Almost immediately, Tamar seems to have tuned into how little Eliza may have felt when she was locked here all those years ago.
Very confined space, very cold, not really feeling trapped, feeling like I want to sit on the floor and sort of withdraw, not wanting to be too open, feeling my legs are feeling weaker, wanting to break free, wanting to let everyone know I am who I am and let me be. let me be.
Incredibly, the ball which terrified the others is completely blocked out by Tamar. Darren's about to face the infirmary. Earlier tonight, the camera crew caught an unexplained image in the lower third of the frame. Each frame is only 1/25th of a second long. No one saw anything until the cameraman checked the tape later. There was no logical explanation for this blur. The image was caught on infrared camera as there was no light source in the corridor. Darren's picked up on a lot of unexplained events so far. Maybe he'll solve the mystery of the fast-moving object. He'll also need to crack the first challenge.
The first thing I could smell when I got in here was sickness. I can smell it everywhere.
It's not one of our effects he's smelling.
Children are in here. I can feel it. I can just the feeling and the emotion that comes across my body is unbelievable. It's a room of death.
In the treatment room, we've added some more special effects to increase Steve's awareness. A smell of rancid meat, falling chains, and spinning bottles.
Stories. Scared the shit out of me. That is bullshit. I'm shitting myself now, people. Something moving in here now or something.
Back in the cell, the line between Tamar and the orphan girl is becoming increasingly blurred.
I've already been abandoned once. That's why I'm here. Why are you doing it again? What is it that makes you want to punish me? Putting me in a room where basically you're controlling my environment, you're controlling who I am. I don't want to be controlled. I want to control myself. I have a say in who I am. I have my own thoughts and opinions. I have my own feelings. Why am I frustrated that no one will help me?
Oh, she's not handling this whole thing really well at all.
Tracy must try to access the computer, unlike Steve, who couldn't remember the password. But what's in that box?
There's a really spooky looking box or something there too. Do you think I'm going to check out right now? Oh, great. Spider. I'll leave that there. Maybe that's the password.
We know she found the password, slavery, but now she seems to have forgotten it.
Spider. Wrong password. Try again.
To successfully complete the second challenge, she'll need to remember slavery to access the computer.
Scarlet fever. Again.
But now she's going down completely the wrong path.
Clues are on the jigsaw. I'm doing a jigsaw here at the moment. I've got no idea what is actually going on. Anyway.
Darren's put the puzzle together. So that he doesn't relax too much, we make a bottle spin behind him.
I'm getting all... Oh. If you kids want to play, you play. Have some fun. Footsteps. Footsteps, bits and pieces. This is a scary place.
Your vote could help decide the winner of the grand final. So surf to our website and vote for your favourite contestant. And while you're there, try our screen test web challenge. You could win a very cool and super fast Apple iBook laptop in a range of electric colours. With Apple's easy-to-use movie editing software iMovie already installed, you can cut your own scary movie, surf the net, play games, or even work. It's the same great prize we'll be giving to our 4 grand final runners-up. The grand final winner receives an Apple PowerBook complete with Final Cut Pro, the professional desktop movie software. Our runners-up also received this exclusive JVC digital video Cybercam. The series winner scores a stylish JVC flat-screen TV, a high-performance digital VCR, and the latest digital video camera with digital stills and MP3 capabilities. A total prize pool of nearly $65,000. Steve looks glad to be out of the straitjacket, but now he's got to deal with the day room, where Tamar sang and Darren freaked. Steve's going to find this a real test. He'll have to stay calm enough to record any unusual sounds. It won't be easy, because Max felt a violent spirit here earlier tonight.
This energy in here certainly doesn't protect. It terrorises, and it's very rigid, very inflexible.
I'm picking up a vibe that the people that were brought here knew what awaited them, and that wasn't very pleasant. They had very anxious feelings like I'm getting now. Just heard a noise over there, just behind me.
Steve still isn't recording sound as he's been instructed, but he's hearing plenty anyway.
What the fuck is that?
He misses the rocking horse behind him, but feels vibrations in the floor.
It's not very pleasant. I can feel my feet underneath my feet rumbling right now.
Tracy's scored full marks in the 2 challenges, but she's not keen on the straitjacket in the treatment room. Eventually, she lets our crew restrain her.
Definitely don't like a straitjacket. I guess I know I could get up and run if I had to, but the restriction is full on. I'm not liking the chains on there.
Steve's in a dark room with a strobe light. Although he can't pick the horse rocking, he's still looking in the direction.
It's getting worse. There's really starting to pound now. There's vibrations happening all over the place. This is not pleasant. There's some noise just then. I don't know what the hell it is. This is not as easy as I thought it would be either.
Next week, Tamar's misery in the matron's room.
Frustrated, I can't figure this password out.
Darren gets some rough treatment. And Steve sets himself a new threshold of fear. Who will win and make it to the grand final? And 4 new volunteers go the ghostly full Monty in the Monte Cristo scream test.
Don't do it. Oh my God!